Welcome to Mackenzie Creations. In this video, we are going to go over some of my paper download designs. And I have 3 designs, 8 designs in the stained glass right here. So I'll hold this up. And then I have another design in the grain. And then I have one additional design. And these are all part of my Premier Designs, and they're available for free downloads at mackenziecreations.design. And so we're going to just get started with going through the colors, and then we'll do a quick project. So let me get this to the side. So for the stain design, we have the different colors. So I'll just hold this up. This is the black and gold. And then we have pink and green. We have purple and gold. Next we have red and white. Blue and white. Blue and gold. Brown and gold. Red and green. So those are all the colors for the stained glass design. So next we have our grain designs. And we have the black and gold, the pink and green, the purple and gold, the red and white, the blue and white, the blue and gold, the brown and gold, and then last we have our red and green. So these are the 16 designs that I have available for free download. And then I also have the one fiber wood grain as well. So I'm going to take a moment and then we're going to get started on our project. Okay, I am back and we're going to get started with our project. So I didn't get to make any Easter cards, and I had purchased this die set from Crafter's Companion. So I figured I can still use this because with the cross you can do wedding cards, you can do christenings or sympathy cards. So I'm going to use this, and then I'm also going to do a second card using the Anna Griffin crosses. And I've had this for over a year or 2 now, but I love this set, so I'm going to use this as well. So we're going to make 2 cards. And for my paper download, I'm going to use the black and gold for this project. So I'm going to get my card base cut down, and then I'm going to cut these layers down, and I'll be right back. Okay, I just wanted to point out a quick tip. When I printed these designs, it has like a white border. So when you go to cut your layers, just make sure you cut the white border off first and then cut your layer down so it'll be to the correct measurement. Okay, I am back and I have my layers all cut down. So for the card that I'm going to use the Anna Griffin die, I have a 5x7 cardstock right here. And then I have a gold layer. And then I'm going to use a piece of leftover scrap using my paper download. So next, for the card that I'm going to use with the Crafter Companion die, I'm also going to use a black card base. And then for the layer, I'm going to use my paper download design. And then I also cut down a 5x7 piece of acetate. So for the gold paper, I just grabbed gold paper from one of my Anna Griffin card kits. And then for the black cardstock, I used Crafter Companion. And this is a premium black paper pad. So this is a really thick stock here. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Anna Griffin card first. So I'm just going to move everything for the Crafter Companion card to the side. And then I'm going to bring the dies over. And I think I'm going to use this little background, this starburst background. And then I'm going to cut it out with this die. So I'm just going to flip this over sharp side down. And then for the cross, I think I'm going to use this smaller cross right here. So I'm going to take this off. And then we're going to cut this out of gold paper. So I have some scraps, but I think this is going to be too big. So I'll just have to cut it on my full sheet of paper here. So I'm going to run these through the die cutting machine and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back and I actually had to change my cross to this cross right here. I had initially chose this cross, but for some reason, every time I tried to pull the paper off, it would tear. So I just went with another cross. Even though this is cute, I'm not sure what's wrong with it. Okay, so literally, I'm just gonna get this glued down. I'm gonna get my base layer glued down. And this is a pretty gold paper. It's Anna Griffin signature color. So she has these in all of her kits usually. Let me just turn it this way. Okay, so I have my layer all glued down. And then next I'm going to get my starburst glued down. And I'm going to do this off camera because I'm going to put glue right here. And also it's going to take a few minutes to get them on these little pieces right here. So I'm going to do that and get this glued down and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my starburst on and I'm going to add my cross now. And I actually just put some dimensional adhesive on the back because I want this to prop up a little bit. And then I always like to put just a little glue on here just so it'll hold longer. So we're going to get the cross glued down on here. And I'm just trying to make sure everything is centered. So I'm just going to hold this down for a few minutes so it'll set. Okay, so I still think this is a little plain. So I think I have some corner dies. And I know I purchased some from Anna Griffin, but I cannot find it. So I did find my corner dies from Tonic. And so I'm just going to pull this out right here. And I'm going to trying to think if I want this plain one or the more decorative one. So I'm just going to hold this up. This is like a more decorative one right here. And then this is a plain one. And I'm just going to use the outer die. Okay, so I'm just going to use this scrap paper. And I think I'm going to go with this plain one right here. Because I'm using the black and gold. So I'm thinking maybe I would use this for a mail card. So I'm going to put this one back. So this is the more detailed die. And I am actually going to cut this out 4 times on this paper right here. This is my scrap paper and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my little 4 corner pieces cut out. So I'm literally just going to get these glued down in the corners right here. And I just think this makes it look so pretty. So I'll do that. And then we're going to be done with this card except for the sentiment. And we'll do that after we make the second card. So I'm going to get these glued down like this. And that's so pretty. And then I'll be back and then we'll get started on the card with the Crafter's Companion die. Okay, so before we get started with our second card, I just wanted to bring this card back up. And I think this came out really nice. So I did take this Tonic die right here, the triangle die, And I cut it out 4 times in all black so I can get this little strip right here. So then I took these little pieces and just cut a strip off. And then I just glued them down right here just to give it a little bit more dimension. So I thought that came out nice. So I'm just going to put this to the side while we get started on our second card. And then I'm going to use this die right here from Crafter's Companion. Okay, so I just took it off the carrier sheet. And this die right here comes with 2 pieces. So we have this die right here. And then we also have this nice intricate die. And so we're going to get started with the card. Now, I know when I watched the demo of Sarah using this die on craft day, she had mentioned like you can use both of these dies if you want to cut out the whole piece. But I actually just want to inlay it into my card. So let me just get my card base. So I have my card base right here. So I do not want this whole thing to cut out. So I'm just going to use this one die and it'll actually cut into the card. So I'm just going to run this through my electric die machine like this. Actually, I'm going to flip it around because it's always sharp side down. And I'm going to try to use my Empress machine. This is a intricate die, so I'm hoping it'll be okay. Okay, so for my plating, I have the clear plate. And then I have the metal shim right here. My magnetic shim. And then I'm going to put my card base down right here, followed by my die. And then I have my top plate. So I'm going to run this through my electric machine off camera, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I am back, and I am just trying to lift this die off of this very carefully. It is very delicate here. I probably should have used my Gemini electric machine by Crafter's Companion because it does have a lot of pressure and you need it for these intricate dies right here. So I'm gonna take a few minutes and try to get all these little pieces poked out. I believe if I would have used a Gemini, this probably would have fell out more easier. Okay, I am back, and this did not go so well in trying to get all these little pieces out. Let me just hold it up. It was very difficult and my card tore. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this die again. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean this die out. So I'm gonna cut out a whole front so it will not inlay like this. It'll just cut out the whole piece. And then I'm gonna make another card base and we'll go from there. So I'll be back. Okay, so I am back and I'm just gonna get this tape down. And I'm actually this time gonna run this through my Gemini electric machine. So I'm just gonna get this tape down so it won't move around. And we'll give this one more try. I really don't like these dies. I honestly do not want to deal with all these little pieces because the die is so intricate. It's really pretty when it comes out right, but when it don't, it's like you have to start over. Okay, so I'm just going to get this cut down. And I'm going to use the same plating that I did with my Empress machine. Okay, so I'm going to run it through the Gemini machine and see if we have any better luck. Okay, I am back. So I just ran this through my Crafter's Companion Gemini machine. And I'm really trying to be careful with this paper. Oh boy, let's see. Okay, this is stuck on here really good. And I'm so afraid I'm gonna tear this paper. Oh my goodness. Okay, it was supposed to cut this off, so I'm just gonna have to take some scissors. And my frame is very delicate here. So I'm just gonna take a moment to get this cut off. The pieces kind of fell out better with the Gemini. It's still some cleaning up I have to do. So I'm gonna try to get this cleaned out and see how that goes. Okay, so I am back and I managed to get the pieces out of here. It did take some time, and honestly this paper is a little bit frail. I would probably use like a Centura Pearl Stock. I don't have any of that paper by Crafter's Companion. I'm scared to even glue this down. So my initial thought was, with the first card where I had did the inlay, I wanted to put the acetate up underneath here. And then I was gonna put my download design like this. So this was my initial thought for the card, with the inlay and then the acetate and then my paper download. But that didn't work out, so I'm not gonna be able to use the acetate. So now what I'm gonna have to do is, I have my card base, so I'm gonna get this layer glued down right here, and then I'm gonna have to do all this off camera. I'm gonna have to take this intricate die and get it glued down. So that's gonna take a minute. And then I did cut the cross out again in gold. So I'll get everything glued down off camera and then I'll be back. Okay, I am back and I let this card dry. So I was able to get it glued down. And I changed my mind. I'm gonna actually wait to add the sentiments to both of my cards because I don't know what I'm gonna use it for yet. So I'll just wait until I get ready to use it, and then I'll add a sentiment as well as an insert in the inside. But for now, I want to go ahead and add a few of these rhinestones onto my card. So I'm gonna get those on, and I'll just do a few on camera, and then I'll take a few minutes to finish up off camera. So just in the middle here of the flower. So I'm gonna look for the rest of these flowers. It's not a lot of them. Put a few rhinestones on throughout, and I'll be right back with the final look of the cards. Okay, so I am back with the final look at the cards. So the first card I made is using my black and gold paper downloads, and this is using the Anna Griffin dies on here. So what I did was I have a black card base, and then I have a gold layer. And then for the dies, I cut out this starburst right here, which is gorgeous, using my paper download. And then I did the cross in gold. And then for the corner dies, I used the tonic dies. And so, yeah, this is just a simple card, and I think it came out really cute. The next card I made was using Crafter's Companion Create a Card, and this is the Ornate cross. And I did have a few challenges with this card, and I basically had to redo it because my first cut didn't come out right. And so overall, I think this came out good. I would mention that if you use this die, it's so intricate, you really need a good, sturdy paper stock. And I know the black card stock that I use by Crafter's Companion, it's a heavy paperweight. However, for this intricate cut, I would not recommend using this for the top part of the die because it's so intricate. And I had a difficult time poking out the pieces. I was afraid it was going to rip. And actually, in a few places, it did kind of tear a little bit. Don't let that deter you. You can always like use your rhinestones or different embellishments to cover up mistakes because this card is so pretty. So overall, I really like this die. I just need to get a better technique down. So take care and see you in the next video.